ya!
Man, I'm so fired up right now. I have 200,000 in my hand.
You've seen them, the guys on TikTok or Instagram who claim they're making thousands betting on sports. They've got stacks of cash, VIP tickets, and winning parlays that never seem to miss. But here's the thing, if they're winning so much, why are they working so hard to sell you picks? These sports pick gurus are the new age drug dealers, delivering hits of dopamine to their addicts as powerful as Ilya Topuria's knockout punch.
I told y'all how we get millions and y'all just don't listen.
While we're going to have fun mocking these losers today, they're actually contributing to a major issue in society that I'll be uncovering as well. While my audience may not be fooled by these idiots' deception and lies, millions of people are. Sports betting has become one of the fastest growing industries in America, and it's not because people are winning. The scammiest industry on social media is led by the subjects of today's video, the influencers trying to convince you how wealthy they are betting on sports. We'll begin with the Arlie Ermy tier for men yelling at you.
If you woke up broke today, you're an idiot. I tried to give you 10,000 yesterday. If you listen to me, you have 10 bands right now.
The sports betting influencers are the only people I've ever come across in this world who are so desperately wanting you to make money.
I said go to the bank, get a loan for 10,000. Put it on a parlay, you're gonna make 10,000. You pay off the debt, now you got 10 bands. The parlay hit.
This guy Reese has found a new way to make bands on bands on bands. Go to the bank and ask for a loan. Underwriters don't exist in this world, so we'll ignore the fact that you'll need to tell them what the loan is for, but borrowing 10 grand and putting it into his parlays has got to be the worst advice I've ever heard.
If you ain't tell that shit, you're dumb as f. Well, here we go again today. Y'all think I'm just talking, I ain't just talking.
This was Reese's Uber driver a minute later after she realized she still owed her bank 10 grand after his picks busted. The best get-rich-easy scheme is starting a casino and letting these idiots bet at your books.
Now, if you listened to me yesterday and you got 10,000 right now, use half of that and put 5,000 on this.
A parlay with a minus 900 and minus 700 proves he's about as square as my favorite pizza in Vegas.
What exactly do you do and who are you?
Basically, I'm the #1 sports bettor in the country, bro.
Okay.
I hit about 70-75% win rate. Thousands of customers coming to me every month.
Anyone who tells you they pick 70% winners is a losing sports bettor. You don't need to ask any further questions. Just believe me, they're frauds.
Let's go, baby! That's another great day for the GOAT. Now undefeated.
Dalton is one of the many cappers who feels the need to yell at his followers every time he hits one of his bets.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur as well. I'm a part owner in a body shop.
Okay.
I got my clothing brand, a little Forex, a little crypto. I do a little bit of everything.
You do a lot?
I do a lot.
Okay. How much are you pulling a month?
About 100,000 before my profits from sports betting, just on the side.
I'll give you the easy answer. He makes his money selling picks. There's no profit from sports betting. All these guys are addicts. They're just smart enough to pay for their addiction from their followers buying their picks.
You showing us a Stripe
Show you
account?
the Stripe account.
Doesn't get any more official than
Can't
that.
screenshot Stripe, right? Today, 1,200, and yesterday, 3,500. And it's just from one account on Stripe.
Wow.
Then, so for a month and about 7 days, 83,000.
83K.
Let's go, baby! That's another undefeated day for the GOAT. Y'all think around the post and be winning?
Unlike these sports bettors, I know something that is a 100% lock, and that's taking care of your health. I started using Cove Pure's water filtration system because I like better water, and I think this is the cleanest, best water I've ever seen. Have you ever stopped to think about what's actually in your sink water? Neither did I until recently. This website allows you to plug in your zip code and find out what has been tested as being in your sink water. Look at everything found in the water I was drinking. And sink water from Vegas tastes pretty bad. It was easy making the switch to Cove Pure, the sponsor of today's video, because I enjoy the purity of this water and much prefer the taste. It's a cool looking unit, pretty modern, easy to set up, doesn't take up too much space, but most importantly, removes up to 99.9% of contaminants. Cove Pure utilizes a powerful 4-stage filtration process to ensure clean water. In the middle of summer here in Vegas, we'll have 100 straight days of temperatures over 100 degrees, so I drink a lot of water. Cove Pure's system is perfect for me. 1.1 million Americans get sick from sink water every year, and they'd benefit greatly from this easy-to-use system. Water quality monitoring, any temperature on command, and no maintenance. If you care about what goes into your body, start with what you're sipping all day. Head to covepure.com/Spencer for $200 off your first system. I want you to stay hydrated with the best water, covepure.com/Spencer, and save $200 off right now. Something I still can't wrap my head around is just how many degenerate gamblers are out there. These guys bring in legit money from dumb dudes thinking they have the secret plays.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! One parlay down already! One parlay down already! I cannot be stopped!
Ricky Pixit is another bettor who feels the need to over-exclaim just how awesome his picks are. He's one of the many in today's video who proclaim themselves as the sports betting king. He also claims $2 million in profit in 2024, which is about as believable as him saying his ex-girlfriend is Sydney Sweeney.
The people have been asking me for a free play, and we've been going crazy on these free plays. Guys,
A parlay with a minus 255 and minus 215 is all I need to know that this guy is a loser. The only bet with worse odds is him jumping off that balcony and you being able to find anyone who cares.
Cap, you called out the wrong motherfucker. Tomorrow, I'm gonna bust your face. Stick to scamming your followers. You have a lawsuit out against you for robbing your audience. You need to sell picks to make money. I bet and I make money. I'm up 45 units this month. I'm 7 million last week.
I'd love to see proof. This is Sean Perry, who loves to pick fights with everyone in the industry. Most of what he does is cringe, but it's funny seeing the drama he causes.
Oh, you're a fraud,
Well, I'm a fraud because I make more money than you. You think you're a better sports leader than me?
Bro, I will take off on you right here. I'm not these guys.
If you want, guy, what? Say something, bro. I will beat your ass, bro. Say something about me again. I'm gonna pull up on you. But shut the up, bro. This is embarrassing.
When you can't use your record to sell picks, you gotta resort to picking fights, I guess.
And he misses. We are still undefeated.
Sean realized that the profit is made in selling picks, so he became a tout after winning money playing poker.
Mickey, you made some very serious false allegations against me. Why don't we cut off this fucking internet beef and we settle like men? Come meet me in the ring.
He realized trying to pick fights with everyone in the industry was engagement bait. I loved every second of it because I think everyone involved is a fraud.
I got over $500,000 in profit that I made this week sports betting, and today we're about to make a bunch more.
A few weeks ago, I came across this post on Twitter indicating Sean's plays that day went 0-3. One of the comments below indicated his Supermax plays were 25 and 27 and down in overall 33.6 units. His MLB record at that time was down almost 39 units. He has over 63,000 people in his free picks WAP community. Presumably, a percentage of those people will become paying members. I'm fairly confident he makes all his money from his VIP clients and is a losing sports bettor overall. He also got busted by Fake Watchbuster on Instagram for wearing a fake Richard Mille. Not only are these sports bettors ruining people's wallets, they're contributing to a growing problem: gambling addiction. In order for these guys to make stupid amounts of money, they need a lot of people buying into their deception and sending them money. You have to be a true degenerate to believe these cappers have some inside edge. Next, we have the Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson tier for Fool's Gold. Parlays are a popular element of sports betting. For those that don't know, it's where you combine two or more bets. The odds feel better because the payout is larger, but you have to win every single leg on the parlay card to win. If at least one leg loses, you lose the entire bet. Parlay bets are fool's gold because the casinos trick you into thinking you have an edge when you win a big payout, but over time you lose your shirt with parlays. One of the biggest degenerates that falls into the parlay fallacy is one of the GOATs, Parlay Travi.
Boom! That's how it's done, baby! Whale season! Back to back to back! 3P. Butler plus the points. We are an absolute fire. He's looking ahead. Let's run it.
Travi is one of the most hilarious characters to watch in the sports betting ecosystem.
Best ever do it, baby! Ohio State. 8-2 whale run to kick off 2025. We are an absolute fire.
Travi claims to be a huge winner, like they all do, but what makes him unique is actually nothing. He sounds like all the other scammers who yell at you about how much they win.
Best ever do it, baby! A little doing. Chiefs. Bucks. Dolphins. $300,000 match in the whale suit today.
The reason why guys like Travi can sell so many picks is because people think these parlays are a magical betting style that can win long term. Parlay betting boosting sportsbook revenue. Americans are falling in love with the long shot. The Wall Street Journal reports that 27% of cash wagered in these three states in 2024 through October came in the form of parlays, an increase of 5% since 2021. However, these wagers accounted for 56% of revenue after payouts, up 6% since 2021. DraftKings and other sports gambling apps are hitting the jackpot with parlay bets. As they win, you lose. The popularity of parlays means fatter profits for sites, even as gamblers pare their spending. Parlays entice amateur bettors because the payout number is big. Guys like Travi show possibly fake tickets of them turning $50,000 into $300,000 in one day with one parlay. But looking at data like this shows you why casinos love enticing you with betting on parlays. It's more than twice as profitable as any other kind of sports betting and 6 times more profitable than football. So whenever you guys hear about a friend hitting it big on one parlay, just know that they lost 3 times that amount of money already. A couple years ago, I made a video featuring Parlay Travi, which I thoroughly enjoyed making, and he really is one of my favorite fake gurus because of how entertaining and stupid he is. Another parlay queen is Parlay P, who claims to be a sports gambler and not a capper, even though he sells picks, which by definition makes him a capper, and he's certainly as full of cap as anyone.
It is Thursday, and the streak continues. Another winning day. A great day for paid players. 3-teamer winner, 2-teamer winner. We have a triumph loading and a sweep for free play players. You dig? Everybody eats. Let's get in.
Parlay P magically wins every day. You would think he had an advanced math degree from an Ivy League school with the way he can analyze betting markets. But nope, he's actually just a pimp. I know this because one of his former girlfriends DM'd me not too long ago and explained his entire business. Parlay P is Parlay Pimp, and his behavior was disgusting enough that this person felt the need to contact the police, which validates my opinion of him even more. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you may remember that I had a little back and forth with Mr. Parlay P, who essentially called me an idiot. The only undefeated champ in all these guys' lives is me calling them frauds. A few years ago, it was funny driving around Vegas and seeing Parlay P and Mozzie's billboards. Probably influenced a lot of people to think they were legitimate, unfortunately. Next, we have the Jennifer Lopez tier for women you should stop paying attention to but are too attractive to click away.
I'm going to give you guys a play that is not a favorite. I'm going to go for James Wood to win the home run derby tonight.
I don't think it'll be hard for you to figure out why degenerate gamblers watch the content from the creators in this segment.
Why should you purchase my NFL package? Well, here are a couple of reasons. Number one, cheaper than any other capping service. It's about $5 a day and you get minimum 3 plays a day. On Sundays, you get around 6 to 8.
The women have figured out a unique angle to breaking into social media influence. Talk sports and look cute and you'll have degenerates consuming all of your content.
Alright, nobody thinks I stick to my bet punishment and the Russell Wilson tattoo is too far away. So if FAU doesn't win today, I will jump in the Hudson River, and I will do it. Go out.
Amanda and Taylor aren't nearly as bad as the men cappers, as they don't seem to lie as much as the men do. I still think it's crazy that guys pay for picks, but maybe guys pay for picks in hopes of getting their number? Because these girls be thirst trapping like crazy, and I know some degens are thinking they'll clap some cheeks if they like enough photos.
Chat, you know what day it is today. It is Dinger Tuesday, and last week we went 2 for 3. Happy Thursday, everyone. I've got 2 plays in the NHL. First one is going to be a goalie prop between the Panthers and the Lightning.
I'm probably biased a little bit because I would rather look at these girls than the ugly-ass losers yelling into the camera, but I find their videos way less cringe than the guys despite them being pretty similar. It is funny to me how these cappers can land roles with companies as bet experts, but they are as square as their audience members. The last woman we'll talk about is someone I have a slight issue with. Erin Dolan talks about sports betting on ESPN. A friend of mine in the industry said he spoke to her and found out she's never even placed a bet in her life. She's on ESPN as an alleged expert, but her expertise is being able to read the script she's been handed by the producers of the show.
Erin Dolan is here with us. All right, Erin, so I'm going to assume there's props aplenty tonight. Give us what sort of props that you're looking at for Flag and Bronny.
It doesn't take a genius to understand why they hired her to talk about sports. She's incredibly attractive, well-spoken, and carries herself well. But I just have a major ethics issue with hiring someone who has no experience gambling to be the expert for a large industry on the biggest sports network about gambling. She is emblematic of what this channel is all about, someone claiming expertise in an area in which they're not an expert. And the sports betting influencer on TV personality gives out pseudo-financial advice. She's recommending certain sports bets which some people will be influenced by. And you'll lose money. She is a square, as much of a square as you can be.
I would say one of the hardest realities in the sports betting world.
I actually think it's a lot more ethical to have a degenerate who actually gambles talking about gambling, or they need to have a huge disclaimer that being influenced by someone on ESPN is a guarantee to lose money. Next, we have the 90-day fiancé tier for I can't keep a straight face while watching this train wreck.
Boy, Rich from the best sportsman in the world. Listen, you see what I did yesterday? I took all my clients to the movie theaters. Both days in a row, we've been going crazy this week. Listen, I want everybody on board today. I got 25,000 on this game. I'm not coming around. It's going to be the same results. We're going to keep winning. The money machine going to keep going off. And to a new child customer, comment the word picks below. Movie theaters.
I just came across this guy, Rich Forever, and I think he's my new favorite fake guru. It took me a minute to figure out why he holds his hands like that, but I think it's just his arms resting on his side fat. The reason why I know he's a losing sports bettor is because his terms and conditions include a clause that he'll eat you if you lose a bet with him. If you ever want to understand how degenerate some men get, they will literally listen to this guy huff and puff into the camera about how he makes so much money gambling and think, man, I need to send this guy money so he can give me some of his sauce. One of the reasons why I call out all these losers is because they're contributing to a massive problem plaguing America. Gambling addiction. Study reveals surge in gambling addiction following legalization of sports betting. Unprecedented growth in sports betting. Total sports wagers skyrocketed from $4.9 billion in 2017 to $121.1 billion in 2023, with 94% of wagers during 2023 placed online. The introduction of retail sportsbooks led to a 33% increase in gambling addiction help-seeking searches during the 5 months before online sportsbooks launched.
My name is DTE Smooth. I'm the CEO of BetTors.com, and I'm from Vallejo, California.
I felt like I had seen it all in this ridiculous industry until I came across this guy who has a sales page video that makes me feel like he's about to commit armed robbery. I don't like people getting scammed, but if you send this guy money expecting to win at sports betting, losing your money will be a good life lesson for you.
Y'all, these are the most certified 3-pick for the WNBA today.
This alleged sports bettor has a similar looking profile picture as all the Vegas strippers.
Y'all, these are the most guaranteed 3-pick for the WNBA today.
And similar to a stripper, she's going to figure out a way to separate you from your money. Her links lead to this Dub Club page where there's apparently 260 paying members with the lowest cost option at $15 a week. Why go to college or learn a valuable skill when you can post videos in your car flashing money and lying about your pro sports betting career and making 6 figures a year? What really happens is someone is managing the back end and this girl is just given a script to follow. Guys are dumb enough to follow this girl and buy her picks thinking they'll actually get closer to her. It's the OnlyFans fallacy. Next, we have the Ty Lopez tier for I don't believe you, but you've mastered social media. This is Marco Piemonte, who seems to be a large sports bettor.
Your cousin's never needed cousins more in his life. Let's go. $2 million pending. Michael Rubin, pull out the checkbook, cuz you gotta wire me on Monday morning. $2 million.
I've seen a few of his posts over the years, and he always seems to be winning millions of dollars at the books. A parlay with a $4.2 million payout is no joke. You have to be a massive loser to be allowed that much action at a book.
I need the Mavs plus 8.5 to be up $6 million this year.
He's done a great job at building an entertaining Instagram page, but I always just assumed he was a paid brand ambassador for the books and wasn't betting his own money until this.
It's time for me to be real about some stuff, and I'm going to tell you right now. I'm down over like $3 or $4 million on Fanatic Sportsbook.
Down $3 million is no joke, and I appreciate his transparency because he's not the only one. All these guys are degenerates with massive losses that can only be covered by high active income elsewhere. The next guy is RazaQ Locks, who is the brain rot content creator in this industry.
Would you quit your job right now for $20,000 cash?
He goes around annoying the hell out of people but uses cash money as engagement bait.
$100 for this mystery gift. What the? $100 for this mystery gift.
At the end of the video, someone finally takes up his offer for the mystery box, and then he tells them that in order to actually get the money, they need to take his advice on a large parlay.
Hop on Chalkboard, and we paired up those NFL players and put 500 to hit for almost $10,000.
A lot of these guys monetize through their affiliate links and make money from every sign up to a casino. I don't have proof of this for the sports bettors, but the influencers a few years ago who got paid to affiliate with stake in the online casinos were getting paid based on how much their followers would lose at the books. That's probably the dirtiest way any influencer's ever made any money. Our final segment is the Billy Walters tier for the GOATs of sports betting. Billy Walters is undeniably the most respected sports bettor in Las Vegas, but there's a few scammers who are trying to take his crown as the best. Cody Covers is an OG in the scamming sports pick business and claims to be the king of sports betting. Cody is no longer yelling at the camera like he once did, but he's still trying his best to convince you he's wealthy from betting on sports. I featured Cody in 2 videos, so check them out if you haven't seen them yet. He was easily one of the biggest clowns in this industry. He's still able to convince 743 people to buy his picks in his WAP community, though. The strategy of flashing cash seems to work well for the sports bet scammers. The next clown is named Fort Manny Bets and is the self-proclaimed sports bettor of the year. Here's one of his recent stories. He may not be a profitable bettor, but he's a profitable capper. These posts are sexy where the bettor turns $2,500 into $30,000, but this single post shows that he's a losing sports bettor. No profitable sports bettor would ever make this bet. What have we learned, class? Parlays are for suckers, and someone laying minus 250 odds in a parlay is the casino's biggest sucker. To give you an idea of how obvious this is, it would be equivalent to your single guy friend telling you how he's just met his future wife on some sketchy Russian dating website and that he's sent $50,000 to her already. She needs just a little bit more before flying to the States and going on a date. That's how stupid these guys are trying to convince you that they're profitable sports bettors by laying minus 250 odds in a parlay. What's even worse is Timu Antonio Brown can't even explain the math behind why these are all terrible bets that lose a significant amount of money in the long term.
I've made over $10 million betting on sports. My name is Victor Madu, and I want to give you guys some insight into how you can do exactly what I've done over the last 4 years.
This is GOAT Vic, who claims to be a profitable sports bettor among many other ventures. The only way he's profitable is if he's partnered with an actual expert, because there is a 0% chance this self-proclaimed GOAT is profitable on his own.
I know we said we lost one by a bucket, which is crazy, but we had some wins. So, I like to be transparent. We had the first win, 500 to win 2,800.
He has a minus 440 bet within a parlay. No chance he's won $10 million betting on sports. He apparently has a sports betting mentorship where maybe he's made some money. Actual profitable bettors have about a 3% edge on the books, which means this GOAT would have needed to place around $330 million in action during the entire year to earn $10 million in profit. I can promise you that this isn't the case. The books would not allow someone to take them for $10 million anyway. And he claims to have all these other ventures, which is like a guy trying to convince you he's building a 9-figure business as a side hustle. I saved the best for last, the biggest loser in the sports betting space. A guy I featured before on this channel in a video titled The Sports Betting Fake Guru That Makes 100K a Day. But we have some updates from Mr. Mozzie VS. For one, he lost a fight to Sean Perry recently, which I made a video detailing that story. But he's also gone quiet on social media. The guy who runs his mouth for a living hasn't posted in a minute. What could have happened? Well, he's had a lot of run-ins with the law, but this last one takes the cake. 14 counts of possession of fake ID to commit forgery, and another 14 counts for sell or transfer document or personal identity information to establish false status or ID. The guy who claims to be the face of sports betting and the sports betting king is actually the king of getting arrested. I can guarantee you that someone who dresses like this and places parlay bets with minus 950 favorites is not outsmarting the industry's brightest minds in a game that requires a mathematical edge. In case you haven't seen my other videos about sports betting, just know that the books have limits for how much you can wager on each game. That limit will increase as they verify you as a losing sports bettor. So idiots like Mozzie basically self-snitch when he shows all this money he claims to be betting on games.
Mozzie picks. What's the biggest win you had? I didn't see you put up M's. Yeah. I didn't see the money stack.
Yeah, man. Last year I did like 25 million. Like last year, that was crazy. But
Mozzie had to lose like $30 million or more betting on sports in order to make $25 million. He gets bailed out because of all the degens sending him money. If they stopped buying his picks, he'd go broke within 6 months. He's such an easy target to clown on. In the same Instagram carousel, he's cashing out and wants you to think he made all this money, but it was a parlay bet that had a minus 2,000 leg. I can tell by the comments on all these videos that I make that some people just don't understand. Yes, Mozzie wins bets, some of them $1 million or more, but over time he will lose way more than he wins. He's probably down over $10 million in Vegas sportsbooks collectively. Absolute minimum, down $10 million. He was just featured in an article written in the New York Times by Devin Gordon titled, "He Claims He's the Sports Betting King. What are the odds?" And also, the math makes 0 sense for paying for picks. Mozzie charges like $1,500 per day or per pick. Even if he had a 3% edge, which he doesn't, but even if he did, you need to be betting 50 grand per game just to break even on the cost of the pick. The majority of people are betting less than $1,000 per game, so if you add in the cost of the pick, whether it's $100 or $1,500, it's impossible to make money. None of these guys have an edge against the books, so even a coin toss over time will lose money, and then you add in the cost of the picks, you're basically speed running your way to an empty wallet. That doesn't matter to these sports pick sellers though, as they'll gladly help you lose all your money. They're just hoping you buy their picks before you go bankrupt. Thanks for watching.
Lock it in with me. We cashing out.